Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. It's been a few days since I've been before you, but I have a few things that I'm going to be talking about in the next few videos. There's a number of different subjects I want to cover, and in some kind of way, I want to be able to bring all of those subjects right back to black. And I know it sounds strange, but there's a way to do that. Okay, there is a way to do that, especially for the subjects that I am going to be talking about. I'm going to bring them right back to black, meaning I'm going to show you how these particular things affect the so-called black community. I feel like we are in a state of emergency as so-called black people. Some of us realize it and some don't. And of course, those of you who realize it, a lot of these messages are not necessarily for you. It's just a reminder, right? But for those of you who don't realize that we're in a state of emergency, this is a wake-up call, because so many things are happening right now, and I feel like our people are asleep at the wheel. I feel like they are in la la land. I feel like they are just drifting into nothingness, not paying attention to the handwriting on the wall. And I know we give messages like this a lot. You know, over the years, we've talked about different things, and it's meant to shake you. It's not meant to get you upset. It's not meant to get you to kick back or push back. It's to get you to do something on your own behalf or behalf of your family. Unfortunately, sometimes our people get frustrated when you put messages out like this, right? Because your thought or your thinking pattern seems to lean towards, well, what are your solutions, right? And it's almost sarcastically stated as to say, I'm tired of hearing about the problems, right? But what's funny is many of us who talk about the problems in the black community also talk about the solutions. But those of you who just don't feel like doing nothing for yourself or don't feel like making any type of positive change, those are the ones who are saying, what are your solutions? Why don't you just say, look, I don't have any concern or care about doing anything. I just want to let the chips fall where they may. Why don't you just say you really don't care, rather than to use that? To me, it's an excuse, okay? Because the solution is not just for one person to provide. I think that everyone who is in the so-called black community needs to be thinking about solutions. Not just me, not just another YouTuber or another politician or another community leader or another black person, period, alone. This should be a group effort. But unfortunately, you have many who like to sit back on the sidelines, and they like to look at the headlines and see who else is going to do something. They themselves aren't trying to do a thing, right? But they're trying to see who else is going to do something about our problems, right? And many of us believe that we can march our way to peace and justice. We believe we can protest our way there. We believe that we're going to get some type of justice just by telling people how upset we are, you know? But none of that is going to do a thing for you if you are not putting some type of effort towards the goal of realizing, first of all, that there is a problem. We are in a state of emergency, and we have been for a long time. But what I'd like to say is that state of emergency is getting to a boiling point. And some very, very interesting things are happening right before our eyes. And many of you are asleep. And trying to get you to wake up is very difficult. It's very tiring, and it's very bothersome, to the point of many times feeling like you're talking to a brick wall. Sometimes it feels like that, but we know that there are some who are making the right moves and looking at the handwriting on the wall and understanding what time we are in. Okay. Some of you have noted over the years that we've talked about some things, and then you're like, boom, here it is. We're right smack dab in the middle of it. We are here. Okay. We're not trying to arrive to these points. We are here. Okay. And so the next few videos that I do, I'm going to say the next 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos, I'm going to bring them right back to black. Even some subjects where you'll probably say on the surface, what does that have to do with us? But I'm going to show you just how much a lot of things that's happening in this world can definitely lead back to black. It's not impossible. Okay. When you understand biblical prophecy, then you will definitely know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there are some things I'm going to talk about that will lead back to black. Some are very obvious black subjects. Okay. Some are not, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to bring it back to black. And I'm going to talk about some more solutions for those of you who seem to miss those videos, right? You always like to say that we need, what is your solution when we're talking about problems? But one of the things about solutions is that you first have to identify a problem. So without identifying a problem, what would be the purpose in talking about solutions if you don't see that there's a problem? See, that's the problem. A lot of our people don't believe that there's a problem. Some of our people are in such a la-la land position to where they think that everything is fair and everything is equal and everything is wonderful and all of this, because they just don't get it. But anyway, I'm done with this video. I just wanted to introduce the fact that I'm going to be covering some subjects that I think are very, very important to the so-called black community, and how when you really look at things, I'm a very analytical person in everything, not just in people and observing people and observing their attitudes and their daily movements and actions and things. When we go out and about, I look at people, I observe their look, I observe their conversation, those who engage in conversation with me. I can engage in conversation with anyone. I have perfect strangers who just feel very comfortable talking to me. And I know how to analyze people very well. I know how to analyze animals. I know how to analyze nature. I'm very analytical when it comes to things because I like to observe Yah's creation and I like to understand it, right? I like to understand what's going on. Why are things happening a certain way? And so all that being said, I'm going to come back to you with some topics. Some of them are going to be very, very uncomfortable. I can guarantee you that. But it is for you to understand and to grow by, not for you to get upset or for you to get angry, but it's for us to grow by. Okay? All right? All right, I'm done with this video, family. I will be right back later on today with some more topics. And if you haven't already, I want you to subscribe to this channel, share and like this video. But I'm done. So with that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.